Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're at North Boundary Park in preparation for the Butler Disc Open, I believe.
Yes, we're outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And
Yes,
this
sir.
tournament is previously known as the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open. We're visiting some family for the week, so we decided to come and check out the course. We're excited to bring it to you guys. I'm excited to play it. I believe the par is par 71, so this could be a very long and challenging course, but I'm looking forward to it.
We're up for it.
Yes, sir.
It's a beautiful day. Looks like a beautiful course. I know very little about it.
Yep.
It'll be an adventure.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
Here we go.
Let's have some fun. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the booth. Where it is in the booth, we got Team Taylor commentary out at North Boundary Park.
Just north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Correct. Hole one.
This is hole one.
Is a lovely par 4. You want to swing a hyzer around the tree that I went through, preferably if you have the distance to do so. If you don't, you want to play it up towards the left.
You can go either way. I mean, yeah, we came back the next day, and I played out to the right as well, and it set me up for a better second shot.
Yeah.
I'm kind of pinched going through this tunnel around the corner as it is here.
Being on the left side, it's a little bit of a pinched off second shot. You want to be more, probably a little right of where I'm at, so right around that tree on a hyzer would be ideal. And I just pulled this up shot a little right and ended up being pretty short, so.
This is a cool hole, though.
Yeah.
Very demanding birdie, I would say. Not too bad to get a 4 on it.
Yeah, no, 4 is not a bad start. It's a 3-able hole. It's just this tunnel coming up to the basket's pretty tight. So having a look for 3 is really good.
Yeah, I guess you had an attempt there.
Yeah.
And on your second day, you were basically pin high. You were just putting at it.
Yeah. It is possible to get a 3 on this hole.
Dead center.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. Hole 2. Now this hole is pretty tricky. It's we're playing to the 513-foot B position. You want to go straight up and out this gap.
You just got over the hill there. This goes up over the crest and then down a steep valley and then up again and down to the basket again.
Right. And this shot was ideal.
Yeah. If you're really bold, you go for that line that I just did right there.
Right. And as you can see, it bites off so much more distance, leaving him with an easy shot.
Now, I was actually in an okay spot. This shot I just threw was just, I noodle armed it.
Yeah.
I didn't commit to it.
But
really, as long as you get your drive out the gap, you can reach the basket on this one.
I'm not expecting to get my drive to where it was in the tournament. That was like perfect spot to be in off the tee.
That was for my 3 there.
Yep.
This 3 is gettable for sure.
Yeah, this is one that you'd like to get. This course is very challenging, and to get a 3 on this hole is a good thing. Hole 3, this hole is very uphill.
It is so much more uphill than it even looks right here. It is probably the longest and steepest hole of disc golf that I have ever played.
It's only 500 feet, but it plays so much further.
Yeah, and the basket's tucked up left into the trees, way up there.
Yeah.
So I went, reasonable full power there, and I'm, 250
at least
linear distance on the ground, up the slope. And this, so I threw the same, different driver, but another high-speed driver, crank, and I should be able to get a 4. You were in a better spot. You got a bit further up the hill, quite a bit further.
Yeah, I was able to go fairway, but I caught a tree. It was a really good shot.
That was going to be bullseye, and you got a little kick away, but you're still, I think, pretty good there.
Edge of circle.
Going jawbreaker zone here. Again, I did that on hole 1 as well.
That was a solid up shot.
And I threaded that right through the gap I was aiming at there.
That was nice. Solid
nice putt. There.
Yeah.
That's a good 3 too.
Yeah, for sure. Hole 4 is 271 feet. No, I think we're playing the A. So a little bit shorter than that, but super downhill. So it
said minus 54 for the elevation.
Yeah, on such a short
crazy
hole. That's insane. It's playing so short. You really don't feel like you're throwing the disc.
The extreme downhill is a great, fun thing. And we both got through. But there's a ton of trees on this one. There's a couple.
It's just hard to get all the way down there when you have to throw it so soft.
The gaps are so tiny.
But solid putt there.
I wish there was one gap that was like better. Oh,
sole cameraman putt.
Selfie putt from about 20 there.
Solid birdies there on hole 4.
This is 623. I do like how they have the elevation plus or minus on the sign. This was plus 25 feet in elevation.
So I went big forehand there with the flippy nuke, trying to get up to the spot. And you're going to try to follow, but this was not great.
Yeah. So disappointing. And I said, hey, why don't you go up there and spot for me?
Right, that's exactly what I was thinking. So he goes force, pitch up hyzer to the spot you want to be in, pretty much right
there. That's where a good, like, you see, that's your drive, and there's my second shot.
Right.
And so, yeah.
And then I just decided to do this.
Aww.
I didn't decide for this part to happen, but I did.
So this is...
It's still going.
Yeah, there's plenty of slopes on this course for rollaways.
Yeah. You got to be careful with your angles coming into some of these greens and even these approach shots. Trying out the Paul Macbeth Athena here, seeing if it's any different from my first one. And no, I decided to do this. Oh, no, that one got through. Wow. That was a lot better.
Yeah, by the way, we had to cut the audio on this because we were doing a double mic'd up live commentary.
Right.
And then what happened was, that was my big Z Raptor there for the approach. We were both talking at the same time, being like 50 or 80 feet apart from each other. And so
we couldn't hear each other.
Yeah, we didn't know that we were both talking. So we apologize for that. Yeah. So now you get post-produced commentary like the old days.
Yeah, no, we're back to square one right here.
In the booth that isn't a booth.
Exactly. You know? Long look here, save par. Not today. Not today.
I gave it a half chance, sort of. You got an unfortunate roll away. But it doesn't matter.
But he gets his first Halo slow-mo in like what feels like a year.
Wow, it's been a long time since we did a Halo slow-mo.
No, isn't it surprising?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't done a round with both of us in quite a while, actually, on video. And this is 6.
Yes.
This one is an insane hole.
It's tricky.
The tee shot is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, the tee shot, you're going over this valley. That shot actually turned out a lot better than it could have. I kicked off a tree forward and left like really far, but I'm not in a good spot.
And I'm going Z crank. I wanted to turn it more and go down the obvious gap, but it touched a leaf and got through, and it's actually in a pretty good spot.
Yep.
But obviously you want to go through the big gap.
Yeah. I'm going forehand turnover, and I caught the one tree that I was trying to miss from there. Landed right next to you, actually.
Yeah.
So I'll have a tricky shot from there. This is right where you want to be. You're not going to see drives that are like any better on this hole. And this good
That's
looking...
a force forehand. And we actually didn't know exactly where a lot of the baskets were playing this because they're so long. We didn't want to walk like 900 feet up and down hills
to go see them, so
to be like, oh, there it is.
We just know that it kind of drifted to the right.
Yeah, we were trying to follow the beaten path.
Yep.
And make our best guesses, and I think we got them all right. But
so the hard part about this hole isn't necessarily the first shot; it's the second and third shot.
Look at that!
That shot was insane. A stalker forehand,
forehand Anheuser
follows the intended
stall
gap the
flex
whole way. And parks it. Almost parked, I should say.
It's like 15 feet.
Yeah.
20. Maybe 20.
With this elevated
This
basket.
is for my 4. Birdie 4 here. Let's see if I can go clutch.
A 4
for sure
on this hole is crazy. Anybody doing that in a tournament is taking a stroke on the entire field.
Oh, well, pretty much.
This hole is going to be playing at least 5.5.
The next day we came back and played it. I took a 6.
Right. So... Hole 7, 250 feet straight uphill. Like, this is just as steep, if not steeper, than hole 3. But it's a par 3. So you got through the gap. This is the gap you have to hit. If you're looking to reach the basket, this is the gap you got to go through.
Luke's like, let me show you how to do that, Dad.
I did what I intended to do. And
I hit my gap, and you just have a little more power than I do.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
This is insanely uphill. Again,
Right.
the camera
50
does not
feet
do
away,
it justice.
50 feet away, and he's doing a throw putt.
You can
So,
kind of see the downslope to the right there that we came from. Yeah, that's right.
Crazy.
Again, it still doesn't even look it, but
Right. Now we're going into the next super challenging par 5 here. We have hole 8, probably about 750 probably, I think. 750, 800.
yeah, it winds around a hill, basically.
And what we decided was the play was the forehand turnover.
Yeah, it's the biggest fairway-ish gap. They got the tee pad pointed right at this huge tree, as you can see. I don't really know why, because nobody in their right mind would go anywhere except the way we did.
Mm-hmm.
And that one worked out for me. You got a little caught up on the short pad there.
Yep. So I threw
on a side hill, which is horrible.
If I'm throwing a Thrasher patent pending forehand, you know that it's not a good spot.
Patent pending forehand?
Yeah, like backwards crossed, twisting your body inside out and backwards.
I don't think I've ever done that.
It's gross, let me tell you.
So I went
anyway,
orange crank, green crank, and that was pretty successful.
You were in the best spot you could be. Here's my pitch out to the rough again.
And again, we didn't know exactly where the basket was, so we were just...
I thought that I threw a great shot, and it just turned out it was a little deep.
So my shot with the green crank went a little too far. In hindsight, I would have tried to stay up on the hill more.
Yeah, that forehand got popped up a little bit.
I popped that up. That's my bad.
Yep. So I got a thumber over a thorn bush from right here. Got to be careful not to injure myself.
With cap wrap.
And it worked.
That was a great
really
thumber.
well. I was very happy with that shot. So...
Yeah, if I hadn't caught that branch, I might have got up there for an actual putt.
But he almost rang it up anyway. You probably forgot that happened.
I did forget that happened. The next day, I took a really great 4 on this one.
Yeah.
Parked it with my third shot.
So I got a solid par save there.
This hole's pretty crazy.
This hole's 500 feet, but it is so downhill.
It's incredibly downhill.
If you're going up the middle here, it's so hard to keep your shot low nothing on the right angle. So the more ideal thing that we tried a little bit more in other practice rounds was going over the top and to the left, as you'll see in a second here. Well, there's a gap up and left, kind of over the middle, and you want to swing like a big forehand or maybe a turnover through there.
Because even like a perfect shot through the low gap that we were just attempting, I don't think would get there. You know?
I think it has the possibility. It's just really hard to do it.
If it was just perfect and was gliding,
the forehand
while turning over or something.
Forehand hyzer for a righty over the top has a lot more room for error. And we're both pitching up here, looking to get a 3.
Z zone.
ESP, actually.
Oh. What, mine?
Yeah.
No, it's a Z.
It's a ZSP.
It is like a swirl, yeah. But I think it's Z.
Anyway.
They have these beautiful stone structures. Yeah. Very pretty park.
See more of those on the back 9. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. Back 9 coming soon.